think the idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, there's people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
Glamour girl to Hollywood villain, a former glamour editor's bombshell. Blake Lively was the rudest person ever. But this shocking on-the-record jab is a mere prelude to the explosive Justin Baldoni feud, a sprawling saga revealing unsettling power dynamics, disturbing manipulation claims, and a full-blown Hollywood reckoning. It began with a promised cinematic dream. Now it has become something akin to a nightmare. What began as a promising creative partnership soon devolved into a bitter, drawn-out war of words, leaving careers teetering, reputations tarnished, and the future of the film itself hanging precariously by a thread.
Working under an editor, she said the most difficult person that she has ever worked with and the rudest person that she had ever worked with was Blake Lively, who got the cover of Glamour at some time when I was working at Glamour magazine.
The adaptation of Colleen Hoover's wildly popular novel, It Ends With Us, sparked immense excitement across social media. Blake Lively, the charismatic fashion icon and seemingly relatable star known for her dazzling red carpet appearances and down-to-earth personality, was perfectly cast in the lead role. Justin Baldoni, celebrated for his empathetic directing style and heartfelt storytelling in films like 5 Feet Apart, was at the helm, set to bring the beloved story to life with sensitivity and vision. The pairing seemed destined for success. Fans rejoiced, eagerly anticipating what promised to be a faithful and emotionally resonant adaptation. But beneath the surface, a storm was brewing. As production got underway, whispers of trouble emerged from the set. Insiders began claiming that Lively felt increasingly overshadowed by Baldoni, who was not only directing, but also starring in and co-writing the film. She allegedly believed that her creative input was being minimized and her star power underutilized. Fueled by this perceived slight, she began to take matters into her own hands. Reportedly, Lively started attempting to rewrite key scenes, veto technical decisions that didn't align with her vision, and even exert greater control over publicity and marketing efforts. She reportedly invoked her powerful industry connections, her infamous dragons, threatening to unleash their influence if her demands weren't met. Was she simply fighting to protect the integrity of the story? Or was this a calculated power grab that ultimately backfired? The answer, it seems, is far more complex and disturbing than anyone initially imagined.
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good. And they crave nutritious food in their soul, just as they do in their bodies.
The text messages arrived like a series of carefully timed explosions. Private communications, once intended to be kept confidential, were suddenly thrust into the unforgiving glare of the public spotlight. But these weren't just any text messages. They were allegedly selectively edited and strategically released in a deliberate attempt to manipulate the narrative and sway public opinion. Blake's team presented *edited* versions of the exchanges, selectively trimmed of context, with emojis painstakingly removed to convey a colder, more calculating tone. Crucially, the messages were reportedly presented out of chronological order, further distorting their intended meaning and creating the impression that Baldoni was consistently dismissive and disrespectful towards Lively. These edited exchanges were then circulated to carefully chosen media outlets, seemingly designed to portray Lively as the innocent victim of a controlling and dismissive male director. However, Baldoni's camp vehemently denied these allegations, claiming that the released messages were a gross distortion of reality and a deliberate attempt to smear his reputation. They countered by releasing the complete unredacted conversations, revealing a vastly different story. These full exchanges, they claimed, demonstrated a collaborative and respectful dialogue, showing Lively herself engaging in humor and expressing enthusiasm for the project. In one particularly revealing instance, Lively had accused Baldoni of entering her trailer without permission during a sensitive moment. But Baldoni's unedited messages revealed that Lively had *invited him in *, and even joked about the timing. The conflicting accounts sparked widespread confusion and eroded public trust in Lively's initial claims. As each side accused the other of manipulation and deception, the truth became increasingly elusive, buried beneath layers of spin and carefully crafted narratives. What began as a potential instance of injustice slowly revealed itself to be something more, a carefully executed influence campaign. What followed only deepened the mystery.
I'm honored, and I'm also more honored that because, what we're talking about is so important and so meaningful, that we're able to have this much anticipation, and so many people want to go see it and are talking about it. Like, that's what I'm grateful for.
And you had a key part in bringing it to the big screen. How did this all come to be?
Well, in 2019, I read the book. I was sent the book by my book agent and friend at the time, and I was looking for films that could inspire, that were commercially viable, but also could really reach in and touch somebody's heart.
The turning point arrived suddenly, with a force that sent shockwaves rippling throughout the Hollywood community. Blake Lively's lawyer publicly resigned. This wasn't a quiet behind-the-scenes departure, the kind that's common in the entertainment industry. No, this was an unprecedented move. A dramatic act of self-preservation that immediately signaled a serious problem. A seasoned attorney renowned for her expertise in navigating the murky waters of Hollywood and for fiercely protecting her high-profile clients, this professional had access to all the relevant information: the emails, the text messages, the contracts, the testimonies. After a period of intense deliberation, this lawyer came to a devastating conclusion. She could no longer ethically represent Blake Lively. The reasons for this stunning decision remained shrouded in secrecy, but the implications were clear. The lawyer issued a carefully worded public statement, hinting at irreconcilable differences and concerns regarding the veracity of certain claims. She stopped short of accusing Lively of lying outright, but the message was unmistakable. The lawyer had lost faith in her client and could no longer, in good conscience, defend her. The statement sent shockwaves through the industry, causing widespread speculation and prompting a frantic scramble to uncover the truth. What had Lively allegedly done or said that was so egregious that her own legal counsel had abandoned her? What digital secrets, what hidden testimonies, what previously undisclosed evidence had driven this seasoned professional to take such a drastic and career-altering step? In Hollywood, where image is everything and reputations are carefully cultivated over years, if not decades, this public resignation was akin to a death knell.
And being frank, if it were not for women giving me direct feedback in my own personal life and being a man who was willing to at least listen to them, there's no chance that I would be having this conversation. So the message, to answer your question, the message is very simple. As men, we need to embrace all of the parts of us that make us human. That's it.
It is.
It's very simple.
Now, some of the smaller players involved started to raise their voices. Emboldened by the lawyer's departure and sensing a shift in the narrative, crew members who had previously remained silent began to share their own stories of what it was like working with Lively on the set of It Ends With Us. They painted a picture of a star who was demanding, controlling, and prone to exaggerate minor disagreements into major crises. What's very interesting is the people that were claiming Blake was hell to work with are the same who claimed just 2 years prior that they were very happy to work with her. The story kept changing over the years, and the only thing that remained steady are the facts that are out there. Until they are verified, the court of public opinion will be there to make a statement. It was clear that it was still a mess. She had a long way to go before being the darling everyone claimed her to be. It was said that at one point she may have realized that her persona might be ruined, but has the train really gone too far off the track? The truth is, just now everything depends on how people see her. And even with all the things out there, some people love and support her, and that will never change for some. What has caused such divisiveness? Only time will tell, and hopefully people learn from it.
But I was just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of
it's
both.
like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like,
It's a
kind
comedy.
of like my outfit, I guess.
Amid all of this, the silence of Ryan Reynolds was a major question mark, as he usually is a very vocal person on social media. He has said nothing regarding the problems, and only that things are fine. Some tabloids have reported that the two have had a disagreement over Blake's actions. However, there is no proof for such allegations. He is still with her, and hopefully, the couple is not in major danger or at each other's necks. But we can only speculate with the lack of evidence, and at this point, it's anyone's guess.
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good. And they crave nutritious food in their soul, just as they do in their bodies.
The lively Baldoni feud serves as a cautionary tale about perception versus reality in the fame-driven world of Hollywood. Was Lively a creative visionary stifled by a controlling director? Or was she a calculating chess player manipulating the pieces to her advantage? More importantly, what can be learned from this? We can only speculate as we learn from this debacle. If things are as it is, there will be many more chapters until that book is closed and put in a library to hopefully be forgotten.